There was like a kid who was like renowned in my high school.
Yeah.
For apparently his like pants fell down like in the library or something, and there's like 2 girls who saw it, and his like apparently the way it was described was the pubes were like at least twice as long as actual dick.
Oh.
So it's just like I don't know.
Does he have exceptionally long pubes or just an exceptionally short dick?
I think it's a little
combination
of both.
of both.
You have like the Axl Rose like long like straight blonde pube, and then this, we'll
with a bandana on it.
Pecker. Yeah.
Welcome back to BoyFlop.
Yeah. Good intro. Good intro.
Perfect.
Yeah. What's up, everyone? This is Family Jules 7X.
I'm Jonathan Young.
And I'm Rich.
And we are the biggest sellouts on YouTube here on a podcast.
Quit trying to steal my title, man.
Since
sellout fuck. Are you?
I want to buy one of those shirts.
I have the shirt. He sent me a shirt.
Of course you have the shirt.
I think I left it in Minnesota though.
Really? Well, we live close enough. He'll be a guest. He can bring you. He can bring you 3 more.
That is true.
He can bring you 3 more. Lyle McDouchebag with the fucking sellout. Apparently that was like just like an artwork done for him where he had the sellout fuck shirt, and he didn't actually have those shirts for a while. And I guess so many people like asked him for it that he was like, fine, I'll make a stupid sellout fuck shirt.
Lyle has said very few things to me, like on social media or whatever. But the one thing he did say to me, like on Facebook, I started my Patreon, and I was just like, hey, look, I started a thing. And he's like, hey, want to buy a sellout fuck shirt?
I saw that.
Thanks, Lyle.
Par for the course for
You're
Lyle
adorable.
McDouchebag.
Shirts are cool though. I want to fucking make more shirts.
Yeah.
I had.
Oh, you had your follower.
Yeah, shirt. I had my buddy Travis design one shirt for me. Shout out to Travis Cart. And
it's the shout out cast again.
It's the shout out cast, and he actually just started he's working on starting his own like little indie clothing line, which is super cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like shirts are like something that not enough people take advantage of as far as like internet personalities.
Yeah.
Like not even as like a means of income, but just as like having people like latch onto your personality and stuff, you know?
Your brand.
Yeah.
I've always been adamant on this, and I haven't actually been able to do it because I've never been in this situation, but I think the untapped promotional like thing for bands, fucking like brands on guitar picks. Just because like
CS Guitar does that.
Does he?
Yeah.
I actually use the CS Guitar 89 pick for like year 2 and year 3. Like
nice.
You can always see me with that pink purple pick. No, but like I feel like that's something that I feel like more people like latch onto. Like if they get like a pick during a show, and fucking you throw out picks like all the time.
I did. I don't remember.
Then definitely not as expensive as a shirt.
There are a couple bands that do that. I know. I don't remember which band.
I had an Atreyu pick.
I have an Helvetii pick. I still use it for. It's like thick as fuck. So I use it for playing bass.
Yep. I have a bass.
I'm sure that like for guitarists and musicians that are like decently well established on the internet, like I'm sure there's pick companies out there that would be down to like do that for free if you like.
I've been looking, man. I mean, if you guys see anything like, so I had the idea to make the Family Jules 7X pick.
Right.
And that'd be great because I'm playing a lot of live shows lately.
Just
but
have like a FJ or a 7X.
Yeah, whatever fits. I've always had this idea too that I would get like a flesh colored pick.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
It'd be Family Jules 7X nude pics, and I'd send them out.
That's a really good idea.
Shut up.
That's a really good shut.
It's like I would order a pic and then like get the joke as I'm opening the package and then just put it in a trash can. Just be like, fuck this.
See, you're the kind of guy that would also take a picture of it and tweet it to me and see like, Jules, you see this? You see this? This is garbage. Like you, I'm putting you in the garbage where you belong.
Just like take a picture of a trash can and be like, hey, look, Family Jules is at my house.
This is the garbage. Feel
with
free
his
to visit.
pics, with his pics. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I've thought about like for merch for me because like I look like I look homeless in most of my video. I have like 2 shirts that I cycle through. It'd be funny if I have those shirts and I just put like my little emblem on them, like the beige sweater.
Yeah. Right now,
I think that'd be cool.
Right now, you're wearing kind of like a open shirt plaid, like with a V-neck. Like I would love to have just a T-shirt that was like actually drawn on open plaid shirt.
Yeah.
Oh god, that'd be dope. That'd be fun. You neglected to mention my green gym shorts without pockets.
Those should be on the T-shirt too.
Perfect.
Yeah, just a onesie.
I want to make I need to find a place that makes good custom beanies.
Do it.
Yeah.
Because my subs would go nuts for custom beanies.
I'd fucking buy one. I don't even wear beanies.
Aaron, our friend Aaron here in San Diego, his band made custom beanies, and he like, I don't know what it was, but he was like, I got the deal on the custom beanies from somebody who like gave me a really good deal, and I'm not supposed to tell anyone about it. Sorry, John. And I'm
Thanks for all the
come on, man. What?
Yes.
Who does that? I have a non-disclosure agreement on fucking beanies. Shut up.
No, he was like, no, a friend of mine gave me the deal, so like I'm not supposed to talk about it but it's like, dude, I'll fucking pay full price for custom beanies. Like,
Dude, yeah.
I don't quote me on that. Like, Aaron's gonna get mad at me because I probably completely misunderstood what he was saying.
It's funny.
You have to be part of a secret beanie club.
I got secret beanies, but fucking keep it on the DL. I don't know, like I really want to like, I don't know, like the nude pics was kind of like, I want to do something different. I don't want just fucking shirts.
If somebody like skips ahead in this podcast without hearing the contest, they're gonna be in for a real treat.
I hope so.
They just skip ahead to like, everybody share this podcast with your friends and tell them to like skip to like
just a random point.
Yeah,
like,
tell them to skip to wherever the mark is where Jules says out of context. I was thinking about nude pics, without shirts, but
that's your merch. It's like, I want to do something outside the box, so I'm just gonna sell nude pics.
Yeah, dude. I feel like at this point we've so desensitized from like shock humor that the only way to get anywhere is you just have to show your dick.
Yeah,
show your dick.
That's how you get a leg up in this country,
dude. Jim Morrison, he was the first person on stage to apparently show his dick. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was in, I want to say, is that Florida? No, okay, so
it probably would be in Florida,
right? I think okay. I'm a complete nerd when it comes to Morrison, but I've read like so many
Morrison is good shit.
So many biographies and stuff. It's been a while. I know New Haven is where he was arrested for just fucking shit talking this police officer or something like that. That was actually in a movie. I think it was a little bit more involved than that. But again, like no, I just obsessed over him for some reason. It's weird because I'm not like a singer, but and honestly, like, I don't even really like his poetry. I just thought he was a cool guy, led a colorful life,
He seems like an interesting dude.
He would do acid, like, every 12 hours so that he just would continuously trip for fucking days.
Yeah. Wait, Jim Morrison... Okay, am I mixing Jim Morrison up with... He was in The Doors?
Yes, the lead singer of The Doors.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was that much of a acid.
He died.
Have you heard The Doors before?
I have not heard.
He died when he was 27.
He was part of the 27
I would
club.
never see. I never look up like biographies for bands unless I'm like have a spur of the moment curiosity. But,
Well,
I don't know. That's what he was the singer that joined like halfway through the Doors. Or no, that was
The Doors were pretty much the same lineup.
I'm thinking of. Oh, I was mixing. I'm mixing it up with What's His Nuts from the Doobie Brothers.
Oh.
What's the guy's name?
What's His Nuts Doobie?
Yeah. I don't remember.
What's His Nuts brother? That's his last name.
Yeah. No, I'm completely... No, that's my bad. Everyone's going to hate me. Like, Jonathan Young mixed up Jim Morrison and that other guy from The Doors.
Late wrong generation.
Mixed up
No,
Jim
because I was
Morrison.
going to say, like, what?
Doors.
Late Doobie Brothers did not sound like it was on acid, and then I realized.
I've never listened to the Doobie Brothers.
Everybody was on acid back then. It was just kind
Doobie
of like...
Brothers, their old stuff is, like... 60s pop folk that like kind of gets on your nerves after a couple songs.
That sounds
and
terrible.
Then their late stuff. Their late stuff. Though, so this new singer, I'm gonna Google his name right now because it's gonna bug me. Then basically their new frontman joined the band about halfway through the career, and they started. He basically like completely flipped their sound. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he joined a band and like single-handedly. Maybe it wasn't him single-handedly, but like as soon as he joined the band, they went from like sort of obnoxious folk pop to like really groovy 70s rock. Like better than the Bee Gees, kind of like.
Interesting.
Except he had like this low, like really I don't know. I gotta Google his name because that's gonna bug me. And everyone on the podcast is like yelling the name at their screen right now. But
I've literally, like I said, I've literally never listened to the Doobie Brothers.
I was gonna ask, Rich, do you listen to a lot of classic rock, or were you
not
ever
really,
into it?
man? No, like I have a Led Zeppelin shirt, and I got that when I had never heard a Led Zeppelin song.
Of course.
I was like 15. I was like, I want to be cool too, and then I was like, wait, there's a naked angel on it. It's weird. Everyone's gonna beat me up.
Yeah.
You're familiar with that design?
Yeah, you were literally every kid I went to high school with.
I'm sorry, I was a piece of shit.
Yeah, you were. No, I
had shoulder length hair. I weighed like 300 pounds. I ate everyone's fucking lunches when they were
See, and then I was the douchebag. I had long, totally straight black hair, and I went up to that kid, and I was like, dude, Led Zeppelin sucks, and just hand them Strange Days by the Doors and be like, it's change your life, man. It was Strange Days, like, not even that good.
Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald.
Was the name of the Doobie Brothers singer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's his nuts? What's his nuts?
Good old What's his nuts.
Yeah. What's his
Last name Brothers.
Yeah, no, I was a big
Don't say it.
I still like Metallica. I'm gonna say I still like Metallica.
Are we gonna get into the conversation about like old metal and whether or not we like it? I'm down, but like that's like shaky ground to talk about on any public forum because like metalheads.
That's not metal.
Right, exactly.
Post-progressive
like,
chicken noodle core.
Here's the thing. Well, okay, so. Here's my theory about metalheads. I don't think this is even a theory. I think this is just
John.
like,
I don't know. You're opening an entire box of crayons.
So like metal is one of those genres. It's kind of like we had that conversation about gamers the other day. Like metalheads are people who don't feel like they fit into the social fold. You know, like metalheads listen to metal, and that's what sets them apart from people that don't listen to metal. Yeah. And like so if everything goes down the toilet for them. Like you don't hear like Kanye. Well, maybe there are some Kanye West fans out there who like live and breathe Kanye, but like you don't hear somebody be like, "Oh, I'm having a shitty day, but it's a good thing that Jay-Z song came on to pick me up when I was feeling like."
There's a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hip hop heads that are like anticipating good shit like that.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I would expect that a lot of hip hop heads like that listen to something that's. Maybe like some Childish Gambino or something where like the lyrics aren't just, you know, fuck bitches and whatever. Yeah. And not that I'm generalizing rap because obviously there's good rap and there's bad rap.
I was actually going to say that like, I mean, here we go again, John. You do this. You definitely do this where you are very, very, very like, you stereotype. Like in that way.
Well, that's why I just said that. Well, that's why I just said that.
I totally agree with you that a lot of like probably most metalheads do that. Are you whispering?
I was about to say mom and dad are fighting.
But I'm gonna actually I'll say that not everybody.
I know.
And I know obviously, but like I would actually attribute it to like people who like make smoking weed part of their whole life because you have plenty of people who just like you would never even know.
Yeah.
But then the people who are like, yo, 420 life, it's like every single conversation.
So I mean, first of all, let me apologize for generalizing metalheads, but like,
how dare you?
Metalheads suck. It's fine.
Another thing, I mean, how I would, I guess, respond to that is that those people maybe don't always call themselves metalheads as much. You know, and again, that's generalizing, but like the people that like wear metalhead as like this shining badge of honor, like those are the people that I'm talking about.
It sounds silly. It sounds silly, but I totally know what he's talking about.
Right?
Like, people who do like genre police and shit like that. Like, between the Barnamies and progressive metal, they're technical experimental metalcore. Like, shut the fuck up.
But the reason that people do that is because. And like gamers are the same way, and like all these other people, all these other groups are the same way because. Metal is their lifeline that keeps them from always feeling like shit about being ostracized.
Yeah, it makes them feel like distinct or unique.
Right, exactly.
Like, and some people can actually make that into a thing that's like part of their life.
And that can be great. That can be great. But then as soon as somebody tries to get into their clubhouse that they feel doesn't belong, then it becomes this battle of like, no, this is my rock and you don't deserve this because I have fought for this and I like this is what sets me apart and now you know this hipster with a fucking whatever wearing a plaid shirt and playing metalcore doesn't belong in my clubhouse because he represents the mainstream and the mainstream fucked me over, man. Like John, that's the sort of mentality that there is. You know?
Have you heard of a website called metalarchives.net?
It sounds familiar.
That is like not the source, but that is like the hive mind site for stuff like that. Like they have intense debates over bands, whether or not they're core or not core. And if they're not core, then they're not included in the archives.
Yep.
Or if they're core, they're not included. They're not included. And like people are like, what about this band? They're like, well, they have a breakdown, so unfortunately they're shit and your opinion's garbage. Fuck you, have a nice day. They're so fucking aggressive.
Here's the thing though. I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Yeah.
There's been this big backlash about gent, especially lately. Gent, for those of you that are listening to this because you like one of our channels or you just stumbled across this, gent is a style of metal already there's people that hate me because I just said that sentence. Djent is a style of metal that is characterized by usually one low note with some little licks thrown in here and there.
It's a really percussive style.
Yeah, it's very percussive. You've
heard it. You've probably heard it and just been like, oh, that sounds weird.
And it's the riff is much more rhythmic and much less melodic. There's some polyrhythms involved. But what I was going to say before I went off explaining what djent is, djent, at least for me, djent is depending on which band you listen to, depending on which djent band you listen to, djent in many cases is harder to play and more musically and technically elaborate than many classic metal bands are. But you have all of these classic, I don't want to generalize and say that classic metal is necessarily representative or represented by Metallica and Ozzy Osbourne or whatever, but like Crazy Train and the intro to whatever, Enter Sandman, like those are really easy licks to play.
Sure.
But and djent is like, I like Toxic, our buddy Toxic, one of the best guitarists that I know. I was talking to him the other day and he was like, dude, like I can shred so much, but like, man, I can't wrap my head around djent riffs because
it's way more like math and percussion oriented.
Right. Yeah, because the rhythm is so complex. So I feel like there's a lot of ignorance in especially the wearing badge of honor metalhead community about tacking a judgment on something that they maybe don't fully understand, saying, oh, djent is just open fret and fucking it sucks. And it's like, well, actually, if you actually tried to learn to play a djent riff, you would realize that the rhythms are hard.
That's not the argument they're making. They're not necessarily saying that there's no merit to it. They're just saying this isn't metal because it doesn't qualify.
But then,
and that's when people take offense because they feel like they're saying like, oh, your type of music isn't actually metal, and it's like, but it's literally when it comes down to it, and I think you agree with me, John. It's like, dude, just fucking listen to what you're listening to. Like, who cares?
Exactly.
It's not metal. Okay, I don't fucking care.
Right. I mean, like
what do you call something like Death Heaven? Like some people like black metal, but then people who like black metal say, "Oh, there's no bit." Like, have you listened to Death Heaven, Jules?
Nope.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Like, just listen to it.
Just fucking listen to it. Just listen to who you're gonna fucking listen to.
I'm gonna play the generalizing game.
Sure.
Just in this regard, in this idea, and this is something that really like I started noticing this as a huge pattern, especially with djent. Djent.
I mean, who's Jen? Is this an ex-girlfriend of yours?
Fucking
Jen generalizes music so much.
Jenny generalized.
Gencore is my favorite.
Anyway, you could continue whatever you're talking about.
Okay. With almost every genre of music, every genre, it's usually established with an initial band. With djent, the thing that really got it going was probably like what Animals as Leaders, Periphery.
I would say,
right?
Meshuggah,
Northland.
Meshuggah. Okay, so
Meshuggah was like probably like the Far Cry idea.
Right.
Metalcore was sort of the beginning of djent, though.
Ish.
Sort of. There are some
breakdowns.
Yeah.
So then for metalcore, I'll trace back to that too. You have bands like Killswitch Engage, maybe early like Avenged Sevenfold was doing a lot of metalcore stuff, way early on before it really hit. Right, djent didn't really hit until a little bit of time after.
Yep.
After Meshuggah, after Periphery. Metalcore didn't really hit until after Killswitch, after Avenged Sevenfold had initially done it, and then you know what it did?
Everyone tried to
fucking sucked. It was so fucking bad because everybody's just trying to fucking copy the initial thing.
Yeah.
But they can't do it because they're not the initial thing, two or they're sitting there trying. We were talking about Bob Dylan.
Sure.
And yesterday when you were talking about you can't make it anywhere in Michigan or in Minnesota
unless you sound like Bob Dylan.
Which I mean I trust anybody would know that it would be you.
Right.
The problem with that is, especially in Massachusetts, where I'm from where actually Killswitch, Shadows Fall, and all those bands are from.
Yeah, metalcore.
What I found there, there's a big hardcore scene, and they're all trying to be a day to remember and whatever. But like,
I love it.
But when it comes to like actual like melodic music, everyone's trying to be Shadows Fall or Killswitch, and one, if you don't sound anything like that, no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
Two, if you're trying to be those things, no one gives a shit because they can tell you're just trying to be it.
Right.
So how the fuck do you make it as a local band?
You don't.
Right.
It's fucked.
So that's kind of this weird. Well,
but
okay, what it is. This is how you make it as a band. Have an original idea.
That's hard.
No.
Well, yeah, no. If you can have an original idea and be weird about it, dude. Lady Gaga was playing stuff that was like when she was Stephanie Germain. Fuck, I can never say her last name. She was playing stuff that in New York clubs that probably sounded a little bit like Mr. Bungle before she started doing like Poker Face and stuff. But like she was pushing the envelope in a way that nobody fucking gave a shit about.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Do it
naturally.
Let me play devil's advocate.
John's literally the devil.
Yeah. I am Satan.
Favorite.
You say you use the example of Lady Gaga coming up with an original idea, but did she really?
Dude, Lady Gaga wrote most of fucking Spice Girls music. She was like, dude,
yeah, okay.
Like I would go so far as to say I've gone on record as Lady Gaga being one of my favorite artists of all time.
Sure.
I think out of all of the pop scene, she's probably one of the most creative out there. Now, I will say that in as the devil's advocate,
sure.
there are people that are definitely way popular who are doing exactly the same thing, and it's working.
Here's the thing though, because like I hear you say, everyone tries to copy. If you don't have an original idea, you're not going to make it. I hear you say that, but then I see Lady Gaga seemingly inseparable from Kesha in a lot of her songs, and maybe
you can't make something from nothing. You always will have your influence.
Yeah, but then this is one of those weird situations where like the two statements you need to have an original idea.
Okay, so I will backpedal and say that
you see where I'm going with this, like
right,
like yeah. So the two statements you need to have an original idea, and the opposite statement. There is no such thing as an original song.
Which I will backpedal and say that's probably, yeah.
Rather than saying either of those, I like to go for the happy medium of make music that communicates well with people.
Right.
You know?
Well,
because
yeah,
like, whatever. I mean, I don't want to sound like an arrogant hipster by saying that, but like, if you make jazz music that sounds just like Michael Bublé or Frank Sinatra, but you do it well, Michael Bublé was just in the top 10 pop charts in the last 5 years. Fucking What's His Nuts and Lady Gaga just made a jazz album that was on the top of the charts. Yep. Tony Bennett. None of the stuff that they did was new. Michael Bublé does a lot of covers, but the original songs that Michael Bublé has written all borrowed very heavily from old crooners jazz stuff.
Yep.
But if you disregard for a second the fact that the crooner era happened, right, past tense, and that Michael Bublé, you could talk in circles about it, but Michael Bublé technically isn't fresh when it comes to coming up with something new, but his music is so fucking good.
It's
like
good.
If you're into crooner stuff, like Michael Bublé has got to be on your crooners playlist.
It sucks.
You know?
It sucks, but I think I just keep coming back to the same thing that like, honestly, like, everybody probably thinks that three YouTubers in a house, like all we probably talk about, you guys probably just talk about YouTube all day, and yeah, we do. We talk about like
the worst.
What we talk about things like, okay, what seems to have the best viewer retention, what seems to be what makes the best stuff, like how could we like analyze this in a way that whatever, because it seems like there are people who are crazy talented who are getting 0 views. There are artists out there who are doing all the right things and getting nowhere. Like it's like so many of these different things to come up. Like original idea. Yeah. I'll backpedal and say that there's no such thing as a totally original idea.
Right. To me, it doesn't matter. Originality doesn't matter. Quality matters.
Right. So
let me just clarify.
Well, yeah, definitely. But it's that it factor, right? It's that thing you can't explain. That one thing that like everybody who's got it has that one thing. It's not like this like anomalous black matter thing that. There is this one little energy. It's it. What is it? That's some like Patton for you. It's just like an it factor that just.
It's pretty deep, bro. You should put it on a Tumblr post.
No, Mike Patton, the singer of Mr. Bungle, already put it on a fucking song. Okay,
that's cute. You should quote Mike Patton on a Tumblr post.
It's going on Twitter every day. I'm just gonna post that. And
that was actually a top 10 song.
Yeah, there you go. But that's the thing is like there's so many fucking you can't analyze it, and everybody says that they like I have the best fucking whatever to definitely make it big from zero.
Can I play devil's advocate again?
Fucking, are you gonna?
I think you're giving up.
You think I'm giving up?
I think you're not trying hard enough to analyze it.
No, I think honestly.
Maybe you're right. Here's my thing.
I'm lost.
Personally, okay. Whether and I feel the same way about talent.
Yeah.
Whether or not there is a magical it factor doesn't matter. Whether or not you believe that there is a magical it factor matters. And what I mean by that is that because I've seen people do this. I've seen people try to learn how to write music, give up, and say, I just didn't have the it factor.
I see what you mean. So just blaming it on something that you don't understand.
So practically speaking, not necessarily realistically speaking, but practically speaking, there is no practical purpose for believing in an it factor.
Yeah. Well, when I say it factor,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
What I hear is like confidence or just like motivation, just
energy
like a couple
behind
different things, like actually giving a shit.
Right. Yeah. That's a big one. Like, and we were actually talking about this, Rich. That when we were watching you sitting there like drinking sake and
footsie with me,
playing footsie with you, John. When we were watching Bob Ross and drinking,
that was so cool.
It was pretty good.
It's just like, bro, let's get drunk and watch Bob Ross.
It was so good.
I walk down the stairs and these two fuckers are fucking sitting there watching Bob Ross.
It's so good.
We have to talk about our Halloween, which I think,
oh God.
Well, okay, so one of the things I was saying, you were just like, dude, what is it about Bob Ross that just like, he's just, there's something that's just so overwhelmingly good about Bob Ross. Yeah. And I think it's the same thing he's passionate about what he's doing. And I'd go so far to say as I would listen to somebody talk about fucking the mathematics behind a ceiling fan, how it works. If that was like their life passion and they were fucking energetic, I'd be fucking energetic listening to it.
Sure.
So I feel like music that you can feel like, I think a lot of that it factor is that feeling that you get somehow you know that whoever's singing or whatever really fucking cares about what they're doing. Yeah. Like, and I mean, I don't know.
Whether that be trying to make something that communicates incredibly effectively, appeals to everyone's interests, or is pushing musical boundaries, is just maybe in the weirdest way possible. Maybe in a way that some people just go, that's fucking stupid.
Honestly,
that's subjective.
Maybe I've given up on trying to figure out what that it factor is, but I've replaced that with just kind of coming to a simple philosophy that with the life that I'm given or whatever, I'm going to do.
No,
I'm going to make hashtag just YouTube things. I'm going to make just the best fucking music I possibly can in the time I got.
Remember after the first podcast?
Don't touch the fucking microphone. Sorry. Remember right before this podcast?
I was touching the stand.
You were pulling the microphone like it was a biddy you got off fucking Tinder.
Children.
I don't have any biddies, so I use mic stands instead.
There you go.
Remember after the first podcast episode when everybody wrote me off as the sentimental one? Just like,
No. You called yourself that.
I don't think anybody...
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Twice. You said, I don't want to...
I'm not the sentimental one.
Yeah, you kept referring to yourself as the sentimental one. You said not to be sentimental, but comma.
I know how to
I never said I'm the sentimental one.
I said listen back to it.
Listen back to it. I did not say I'm the sentimental one. I said I'm not the sentimental one.
No, listen. Here's the thing. I never got to finish my thought. He didn't hear it. You said not to be the sentimental one, and then immediately said something sentimental twice.
Okay, here's how we're going to solve this.
But you just said that I said that I was a sentimental one, and that's...
No, you wouldn't let me finish.
Everybody listening to this podcast, I want you guys...
You misheard.
No. I want you guys to go into Audacity, take our last podcast, cut out the part that John says, I don't want to be the sentimental type right off the bat. I want you to play it over and over and over again and tweet that fucking thing to John. Right now. Do it right now.
I want everyone to take everything Jules has said in this podcast and put it on a wallpaper and post it on Tumblr.
Good one.
Good.
Okay. Anyway, so Halloween was fun. Fucking segue. So I got you some more footsies, John. Yeah, I love you. John, I love you. We're like bare feet too, so
our feet feel really weird.
Good.
Jules.
I think you two are about to start fighting.
Yeah.
Or making out. I can't tell.
Both at the same time. So we just moved here. So we fucking Halloween caught us like I love Halloween. I dress up every year.
I love Halloween too. But I feel bad because we didn't do anything.
It caught us totally off guard because we're still like establishing residency or whatever. But like, so I'm working in my studio, which these two work upstairs in their studios, and I work downstairs. I totally forgot it was Halloween. It was that bad. And I hear a doorbell ring and I'm like, ooh, maybe I got a package from Amazon. It's this cute little black kid in a ladybug costume. Like looking up like through the window. And like me being an idiot, like I grabbed the railing to scream up to them and go, we don't have any fucking candy! Yeah. So then I realized that the kid probably heard me because I'm shouting at these two like we fucked up Halloween.
I didn't even hear you. I had my headphones on.
You should have just given them like a cold slice of pizza from the fridge.
Even a pepperoni.
No.
Yeah. Here we go, kid.
And see, like I'm looking ahead to next Halloween, and I'm like, fuck, like. If we don't renew our lease, like we're gonna be moving out next Halloween, and then we won't be able to do anything next Halloween either.
Right.
Fuck, October's gonna be lease month for the rest of my life.
I felt so bad. That kid was so cute. Like, and I totally screwed up.
You could have given him a slice of pizza.
I could have.
Oh man.
But anyway, our second trick or treater.
I'm so mad that I missed this.
So Rich and I were sitting down. We were playing Hotline Miami, right?
Yeah, we're playing Hotline Miami too.
And finally, like immediately after that first trick or treater, we get up. We're like, shit, we need candy like immediately. So we go to Big Lots. We buy a bunch of candy. Come back, and of course, like 2 hours go by. We don't have a single trick or treater, and like we're just like, great idea, Jules, getting candy, you know. So finally, the doorbell rings. This was our one trick or treater. It was, would you say he was about our age? 20, 23, 24? I think
honestly maybe a little older.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so 25-year-old scrawny black dude comes to the door. He's wearing like he looks pretty like prim and proper. He's got like a tie and a button-up shirt, whatever. He goes, trick or treat. And I answer the door. I have like a wig on, like a tie, and
you
like
just kind of put a bunch of shit on.
I did. I just looked like a strung-out rock star or something.
Yeah, you just looked like nothing in particular.
Right. So I open the door. And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?and he's like, "Oh, trick or treat." He's like, and I'm like, "Oh, wait, what are you?" He looks up at me like deadpan and just goes, "I'm Johnny Cash." And I had nothing else to say, so I was like, "Oh, me too. Here you go. Here's some candy."
Oh my god.
That was it. That was the only fucking trick or treat we had.
Yeah, and then we ate the rest of the candy because we're all fat.
We're all really fat.
I felt like I always have on holidays like Halloween. I always have this like pang of like capitalist guilt that I'm not out like drinking.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the college dropout in me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, I wish I was out having fun with girls tonight. And then I think about it and I'm like, that wouldn't be that fun. Yeah. And then I go back to, I mean, it could, but it's like, I don't know. It seemed like I thought about going back to college for a while. It was like, man, I wish I was in college with girls this weekend. Yeah. And then I'm like, I always forget that like, oh, college means homework and money.
Lots of money and lots of sitting in front of a book.
Same with Halloween. It's like, you know, man, I wish I was clubbing, except like getting.
You say that until you get there.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
I feel like with going out and not clubbing sucks, but like going out to like
parties though.
Right, parties are cool, but like I feel like the thing with parties is it's almost never like a medium ground. Either you go there and you're like, dude, that was such a fucking waste of time. Like you were just awkward in the corner,
or you go and you're blackout drunk, having the time of your life.
Right. There's never like a happy medium,
especially on Halloween.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, man. It's kind of like, I don't know, and I would not recommend anyone to share this kind of guilt because it's not a good cycle. Because then it's like, oh man, now I'm gonna try and talk myself into doing things that I'm not actually gonna enjoy. And it's going to be bad.
Right. You know? Well, I mean, you go through all high school, like, with everybody telling you, like, you know, it's time and place for everything, and that place is college, and you go nuts.
Right.
Then you get HPV, and it's terrible. So.
Exactly. Yeah,
they didn't tell you about that part.
It's the same.
They didn't tell you about that part.
They didn't tell you about the herpes and the fucking...
It's the same thing about, like, all of that. It's the same thing with, like, having your own place, having sex. Everybody's like... People older than you are like, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal. People that are your age are like, dude! Yeah, right. And then you're like, man, all my friends have done this. And then you do it and it's like, man, I shouldn't have talked myself into doing that because everybody else did it. You know?
It's
just like one of those things.
I mean, I think it's an experience.
I mean, it has to happen, but just like, there's this weird like communal, like almost guilt trip of like, oh, I haven't done this and I'm already 21.
Right.
Like I feel that way about college. I feel that way about like, and like I usually talk myself out of it. Like, okay, well, I'm taking this gamble with like being a musician, and like if it works out, like my life is going to be a lot more fucking.
You're already like us three, like living in this house, doing what we're doing is already such a bunch of red flags from the outside world. Like, oh, you're a musician, that's cute. Like,
well, it's funny. It's funny too how like the first thing out of most people's mouths when I said, yeah, I'm gonna be living with these two other guys from YouTube, and we're just gonna make music and have fun, they were like, that literally just sounds like college, except the part of college that sucks. And I'm like, yeah, and it does feel like that. Yeah. It's awesome.
Like the fucking just like I don't know, having roomies without the bullshit.
Right. Doing like the college like dorm room roommate thing. It's shit, right? But it can be, right? But and I think it's I mean, I went to community college, but I still had a situation where I still got a little taste of that by I performed at this other college. Blah 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 blah.
I got the full experience.
Right. So, but that's one of those things that I think is a very important experience to live out. Yeah. So I feel like I actually get more depressed when people are like, "Dude, that's so overrated. I'm just not gonna do it." Like for example, so my brother. This is a different example, but same kind of idea. My brother, he was like 16 or 17, and we were going for a walk, and he goes like. And I was like, so, not to sound too personal, but like, you have a girlfriend or like, are you, and he's just like, no, girls just waste time, and I really don't want to do that. My brother
ruthless.
Shit together.
Damn.
My brother's an efficiency master. He's an absolute genius.
Girls are not efficient.
Damn. Well, no, I was kind of taken aback. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that mentality too. But then I thought about it, and I'm like. But no, you get so many good experiences out of going through the bullshit that goes along with dating.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
feel like doing the whole college roommate thing definitely sets you up for living on your own, or like, you know what I mean?
Oh God, totally. And dealing with other people's shit.
Right.
Like you grow up in a house with your parents and your siblings, and you know them since birth or like for a really long time or something.
Yeah.
And then if you're just thrust out into the adult world and you're not familiar with like people or experiences other than that, it's like. People are just going to be like, oh, wow, you're weird and sheltered because you don't know how people actually act other than, now, little Jimmy, would you like a slice of pizza before you go to bed? Or like something like that.
Like, I put the wrong type of dish soap in the dishwasher.
I wasn't going to go there.
I pulled him aside earlier. I was like, John, why did you put dish soap in the dish? It's an honest mistake.
Yeah, it was
I one time I tried cooking ramen without water in it, and that was really funny.
I've had many, and it's usually in situations where somebody is around to look at me and be like, "This is your first time trying this, isn't it?"
Right. Yeah.
It's like I'll try and start my car and it won't start. Like, Dad, my car won't start. He's like, just turn the wheel.
Exactly. But the wheel stuck. Turn it hard. Oh. You're dumb. Yeah, you're stupid. You feel dumb now? Well, now you know.
Why is my white shirt have all this red dye in it? It's like,
did you wash your own clothes?
No, it's like, well, you didn't put it on cold, did you? What? There's cold?
Yeah.
It's like,
why does it matter? Yeah, just shit like getting out there. And like doing like the roommate thing in college, that definitely like even though it's not just like living on your own, but it's like it's definitely different. Like it's depending on who you room with each semester, like it has the potential to be either fucking great, or terrible, or just stupid, or completely drunken. Like something.
What's an overdraft fee?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It definitely kind of felt like to me it was like living on your own with training wheels, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that there was still a security blanket, but like I think it's really easy to kind of like. Tell yourself like, I don't need that. I don't need a roommate. Whatever. Dude, but like, I think it's a good experience.
I had something very similar. I mean, I did not date any girls in high school, and then when I got to college, I had never been in a high school training wheels relationship.
Right.
So I went through
a good way of putting it.
So I went through 3 really, really unhealthy, really, really. I mean, they weren't like they
weren't abusive, but they were.
One of them was borderline emotionally abusive, but it was nothing like. It was nothing like. nobody got any diseases, nobody died, nobody got injured,
nobody died.
But it was definitely like
nobody exploded.
It's like nobody got arrested for rape.
Oh my God.
Like, no, but like it was it was one of those things like it was almost like I went through my high school relationships like 3 years late. Yeah. And so like just this past year I've finally been like, okay, now I don't feel obligated to like have a learning curve with all of my fucking relationships, and now I don't feel obligated to go out and find somebody to date this weekend. Otherwise, I'll have this loneliness, like fucking like feel like I need the crutch of having a girl to cuddle with. Like I don't need that anymore because like. But looking back on high school, it's like fuck. Why didn't I just date some girls in high school? Because then I wouldn't have made any of these fucking ridiculous girl mistakes after high school.
One of these podcasts we should definitely make the girlfriend story podcast. I mean,
I'm down.
I've got plenty.
I don't have any like jarringly crazy ones, but
I always think that, but then when I start going, I'm like, whoa, that one actually enveloped into like something. Yeah. Well, we have to save that for another podcast.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna go into detail, but like, but just to go off what you said about like your brother, like, and I don't know. It's good to learn the stuff while you're young before there's too much at stake.
It's also like look at us fucking three guys like making the decision in high school like to do whatever we wanted. Like I mean there's so many people that like they don't have the option of like dating because like they're awkward or they have something, you know. Like I mean,
that was me though.
We're all, dude.
I was gonna bring up. I want people to see the bucket picture.
Barry, could you put up the bucket picture?
No. I would totally. Eventually, we should probably do little like link dumps and stuff, especially for the people we talk about.
The picture's so good.
Yeah, the reason I didn't date any girls in high school is because I used to be the fedora nice guy.
Dude, honestly, I had like
much better.
Dude, no, I had like long straight black hair, sometimes eyeliner. I was a goth kid, man. And like,
I wore baggy jeans.
But see the thing
buckets on your head.
Baggy jeans and shirts with pictures of guitars on them.
Oh yeah, nice. me too. Yeah. But the difference with me was that like I mean for my entire life someone described me. I think it was my buddy Darius Carlin, who's an Australian composer. He described me as he was like, the one thing I like about you, Jules, is that you'll see a train wreck that you're about to get yourself involved in. You won't back out an inch. You'll just fucking barrel right through that train wreck with all the confidence in the world. And that's what I did in high school too. I was just like, dude, I'm awkward. I mean, I probably smell bad. I'm a teen, like all these things. Fuck it. I'm just gonna find a girl and being like, "You're fucking hot. Let's date."
See, I wish I had like
your eyeliner.
I was. There were 3 separate occasions in high school where I would have a crush on this girl, and I would go home and play StarCraft with my best friend at the time, Bo.
Nice.
I would go home and play StarCraft, and we would both whine about. Man, I just wish that she liked me. Yep. So I would do that every single day after school, and I'd put my fedora away. I
actually had a fedora.
I stopped wearing it.
You
probably.
Still have them?
I think I threw away. I found one of them in storage before I moved out, but I switched from the fedora thing to the beanie thing halfway through high school.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I wore
beanies,
too,
the beanies that I wore.
Yeah.
Am I the only non-fedora?
Well, my thing was like I was really trying to emulate Sin Gates like in the early days a lot of the time. And
so was I. Yeah. The beanies that I wore in early high school were like those like rimmed beanies that like Limp Bizkit would wear.
Limp Bizkit.
So Anyway, so I would go home. I would complain. I would complain about like
that's a marketing thing. Yeah.
I'd be like, man, I wish that she liked me, and then later I would find out that she actually did like me
every time.
And like, so I literally got out of high school, and there were like 3 separate relationships with like girls who, in my book at the time, were like fucking 10 out of 10. Like, man, I'm writing songs about these girls with my fucking my
StarCraft sessions.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like recording these songs with my video camera that still uses tapes.
Yeah,
and
John, we shared childhoods.
Yeah,
man.
dude, and fucking singing songs about I wish these girls would just give me a chance with my fucking high school band, and then later like. it was like, oh, she had a really big crush on you and you just didn't say anything ever.
I'm an idiot.
Anyway, so like...
We were talking about that the other day. Yeah. We were just like really fucking bad and picking up on shit like that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm the worst.
Dude, I was
why does everyone hate me? It's like, you're fucking dumb. Like,
yeah. No, I like every single situation, like high school, college, and all this stuff was like this for me. Throughout high school, I thought I was like the kid that everyone was like, fucking Jules, like stay away from that guy. Yeah. I looked back on it afterwards, I'm like, wow, fucking everyone liked me. Like, and same thing for college. I thought everybody thought I was weird. But and then I think it's the same thing with girls, man. I mean,
yeah, dude.
I feel like what it comes down to for people that feel like they have an issue with getting what. You just broke
You're
down.
Having sophomore conversations about girls and how to tell if they like you.
Dude, podcasts 101.
Art theory and girls.
Whether or not it's Jen and how to get girls in high school. What's our demographic? Yeah. No, I mean, the thing that I just never fucking grasped, even coming out of college, man, was that like, rejection is not the fucking end of the world, and it always feels like it is.
It still really sucks. But it's like it's just like you get over it.
Yeah, so like now, like I have like piggybacking off of that, I have this knee-jerk reaction, and I talked to Rich about this a little bit. Like when there are so many guys, formerly me, I used to write myself off as, oh, I'm just not good at talking to girls. I guess I'll just be lonely. And like, there's so many fucking like guys and girls that just like write themselves off. And because of I mean, I don't know. I don't want to go off on a tangent about like kids these days or like my generation does it because that's a pet peeve of mine doing shit like that. But like this sort of mentality of like, you're perfect just the way you are and don't ever change for anyone. Like this sort of like subconscious like mentality of like don't ever change. Mm-hmm. It almost feels like it makes people feel entitled to never try and improve themselves. And like that's a stretch. That's a generalization and that's a stretch. But like just
self-perpetuating.
Right. But without going into a tangent about that bigger picture social whatever. Without going into the bigger picture, what I mean by that is that basically there's a shit ton of guys that say, oh, girls just always friend zone me and I'm just bad at talking to girls and it's
friend
like
zone Freddy.
Right. It's like fucking get a haircut and wear deodorant. Like and I don't like saying that because like do whatever you want with your hair.
Is that what you did?
Okay, so here's what I did. I slowly realized that the girls that I was trying to hit on had different values than me. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is that like I would hit on a girl that would spend a ton of time on her makeup, spend a ton of time at the gym, not listen to any music, and not care about anything academic. Right.
So you're looking for trophies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like
it's like that priority.
Right. So but then putting myself in the shoes of that girl is looking for someone that also likes to go to the gym, also cares about their appearance, doesn't talk about music theory, and doesn't talk about politics. So like what I mean by that is that like if you're expecting someone who you're not actually compatible with to like you just because you like them and then bitching about being friend zoned, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah. Like
that's just like dumb infatuation.
Right.
Yeah. Let me wrap that all up with something that completely like I came up with this. I don't know, I probably stole it from somebody, but like something that completely changed my view on all of this is that it's absolutely fucking impossible to be attractive to everybody in the world. Yeah. But it literally is impossible to be unattractive to everybody. There's somebody out there for everybody, and like just because you know Sally Beauty fucking whatever. Like Sally's beauty salon. Sally.
I like how you're rolling with Sally now.
Yeah. Well, dude, fucking my vocabulary has like exponentially increased the word nerd living with you. I can't.
Good.
Well, like stop.
I've started saying
this is relationship advice with the BoyFlop podcast.
Right.
I've started saying eat shit more.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Just stop going after girls that you're not going to be happy with, and just stop caring. Well, I mean, it's hard to say stop caring so much.
You can't always tell if you wouldn't be happy with someone. Yeah. But like I don't know. I think that if you're gonna go for someone, you have a choice. you can either make yourself attractive to them, or you can be exactly the way that you are right now, and if they don't like you, you're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know? So like if you want a supermodel to like you, chances are you're probably gonna need to wear cologne, you're probably gonna need to buy nicer clothes, you're probably gonna need to work out a little bit.
Fuck
you know?
that.
Right. But like if you you know, so but do you see what I'm saying? Like so if you want to go and work out, do it. If you want to start wearing cologne because you want to change who you are, do it. Like, fuck the whole, like, oh, you should stay exactly the same way that you are. Because if you smell bad, then no, you shouldn't stay exactly the way that you are. Right? But
I think it's all about trying to find somebody that, like, you're on the same wavelength with, and somebody that, like, I mean, everyone's fucking crazy. Everyone's stupid. Everyone has problems. Like, just finding somebody that you can like, I don't know.
That'll put up with your bullshit.
Right.
Exactly.
But my wavelength has changed.
Oh yeah.
Like I used to be into different girls, and I used to be a different person. So
You say eat shit nerd all the time.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I mean, what I'm saying is that, like, I don't know. I think that
you were so proud of that.
I think so many people, like, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, "Why does this girl not like me?" Because people don't like taking anything that could be taken personally. So it's like instead of saying this girl doesn't like me because we're not compatible, they'll say this girl doesn't like me because she doesn't accept me the way that I am. And it's like, no, because she values guys that go to the gym because she goes to the gym. I don't know. I'm rambling.
Was that a lyric from your band?
Yeah. It's almost like the thing you're infatuated with is actually a person that has their own opinions and ideas. Imagine that!
Don't clip the microphone.
Fuck you, I'm a clippy boy.
All right, so I think I need to ask your band, your high school band.
Yeah.
Would you classify that band as core or not?
No. Nope. It was.
It's probably in the metal archive.
It was very. Well, no, it wasn't metal. It was very Good Charlotte, Simple Plan.
Ooh. Pop punk.
Very, very adolescent pop punk.
Nice.
Well, then to wrap it up, if I assume that
I am not revealing the name of my high school band if that's what you're asking.
Jonathan Young experience.
I will not. That if there are a couple of fans who can act as black market dealers in this situation. If anyone
Jonathan
is
Young's Technicolor Dreamcoat.
If anyone is really interested in finding my high school band, you're gonna have to find those crack dealer fans of mine who know what the name of the band is, because I might delete that stuff from the.
You heard it here, Jonathan Young's fans are crack dealers.
Bam, bam. And what can your crack dealer fans expect from you within the next week?
Oh man, you know, I'm well, can I tell them about our three-way boy
let's
finish the thought there.
Let's hint it off.
Okay,
our threesome or
how do we want to hint this in the punniest way possible?
So the fuck puns, man. No, I was just gonna say that, like, obviously, like, and we've talked about that, like, the three of us living together, we're obviously going to be doing some musical projects, not just stupid podcasts where we talk about girls and whether or not shit's metal. Which I mean,
well, when you put it that way,
that literally sounds like the fedora cast. When you put it that way,
the white boy fly.
Fucking fedora tip.
So I will say that we are closing in on finishing something. Probably, do you think during the week?
Pretty soon,
yeah.
Before the next,
it probably won't be released this week, but
by the next BoyFlop, we'll have a lot more details. Sure. But we are definitely over the hump for coming out with something new. Just like literally just the three of us, and it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be on John's channel.
Yep.
So other than that, what are you working on?
I just scrapped an Ariana Grande cover that.
You scrapped it?
Yeah.
I didn't put it in the trash bin, but I don't think I'm gonna release it because I don't know. I might release it if I need something to pull out of my butt on a week where I don't have something put together. But like, I think YouTube is biting me in the ass for posting too much lately.
Maybe.
Because all of my recent videos have gotten the views that a midweek vlog would get. So none of my videos are doing very well recently. So I'm gonna back off a little bit. I'm gonna give it some time and then release a Disney video off of my second Disney album, which I think is gonna do pretty well.
Is it also midterms going on right now? I know that
November. Yeah, it's getting close to the end of the semester.
So I mean, it could just be a bad time.
Yeah, it might just be a bad time, and maybe
time.
I'm rolling the dice. It might just be the luck of who happens to see it. But anyway, so people who follow me on Twitter or back me on Patreon might get to hear that Ariana Grande cover after all. But besides that, I'm hoping to do the Power Rangers theme. I'm hoping to do some more Disney videos, but that album's already out, so just the videos you haven't seen, but you can hear the music right now. And then what else was I going to do? There was one more. Ninja Sex Party.
Nice.
And then I don't know, man. I think I might start working on I don't know if I want to say this. I think I might start working on the Pokemon theme.
Ooh, dude.
Shit.
People
That'd be so
day
good.
one.
Yeah.
Day one.
I'm surprised you haven't done that already.
There was a guy on the first video that blew up for me, which was the beginning of my YouTube career, was I'll Make a Man Out of You for Mulan. Day one, there was this one guy, I think his name was James.
Yeah.
And every week he would comment, do the Pokemon theme. And it got to the point where he was like, you told me you would do it last year!
Yeah.
And then he disappeared. And I'm like worried that he like...
Bring him back.
Bring him back, John. I'm worried that he like started like... I don't know. I'm worried he like jumped off a bridge.
Spiraled into
I'm worried
depression.
he spiraled into depression because I broke my promise of doing it this past summer. But
You ruined his
so my idea is to get as many big names as I can to make cameos on it.
Nice.
And I mean, obviously, you guys can make cameos.
Fuck off.
Boy.
I'm not gonna be on it.
But that is not a project that you can expect for
A little while.
Yeah.
at least a month. And then new original song coming within the next 2 weeks. Woo! Over to you, Rich. What are you working on?
What am I working on? Imagine. What do you think? Could it possibly be?
Is there a video game that you like, Rich?
I don't like video games, but there's this one thing. Oh yeah, I'm doing another Undertale cover.
But
with someone in this house.
Somebody in this house is helping you with this.
Yeah,
Hint, it's not me.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Fuck off, John.
Yeah, thanks, John.
I'm
doing another Undertale cover. I've got not one, but as of yesterday, 2 big fucking things, like just pieces of news that I think might come to fruition soon.
Yes.
One definitely, one possibly. And the first piece is like, I still can't even believe it, and I can't talk about it yet.
Yep.
But the next BoyFlop, I'll probably just be like whipping my dick out all over the mic and be like, yeah, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
But I'm planning on just doing this next Undertale cover, probably a few more, depending on what happens with the second opportunity. And I kind of want to do Dark World from A Link to the Past.
Do it. I love that
How
song.
many? Are you just gonna do the entire?
Dude, there's too many songs.
It's 100 tracks.
Okay, I didn't.
But
I didn't know that.
But I'm closing in. I'm over halfway done with all the boss themes, and that's what everyone's requesting.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna finish up the ones I want to do. Maybe it'll be all of them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. And yeah, like I said, I want to do Dark World. A lot of people have been asking for like more original compositions. I've only done one, and it went over pretty well.
Let's start a prog brand.
Dude, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down.
I was gonna say, our buddy Aaron, said that he has one of your Undertale covers on repeat. So
I think yeah. That's dude. Those have been doing like just to completely like be on the flip side from what you said about your channel. My channel's been fucking like retarded.
Yeah, that's
lately.
good, dude. That's good.
It's been like I don't know. I'm not used to just this level of attention, but I don't know. Jules, what are you up to?
Well, I actually got a really big piece of news today that I can't talk about, but
you told me that.
Beyond fucking pumped about it, and I can't wait to talk about it because it's something that like. It's something that I've been working towards for years now, and it finally, like today, I literally ran up the stairs like the fucking 4-year-old.
You're just like, guess what, motherfucker?
Yeah, I had my headphones on, and I just heard this. I was like, what is Jules yelling at Rich right now?
Yeah, I was really pumped about it.
Yeah, you look excited.
Yeah, so
you just look completely like deranged, just like bursting through. Like
one eye going the wrong direction.
Someone please draw Jules.
Yeah.
The fan art of Jules bursting into Rich's room with one eye falling out of its
literally
socket.
about to fucking punch me in the face out of excitement. Dude, fuck you! No, it is really cool news. He told me what it is. It's fucking awesome, but
if
we
it
can't
happens,
talk about
it's
it
gonna be
yet.
dope.
Yeah, it's kind of we can't talk about it because it's not like 100% official, but like whatever. The other thing, the one of the games I'm working on, is establishing, I guess, that I'm doing the music for it. So I guess I should say Legacy of the Copper Skies. I've been tweeting out about it. It's cool. It's got a lot of really cool elements. It's kind of retro style. I'm doing a soundtrack that's really half modern rock and half chiptune.
Was that the Spanish Flea one?
What? No.
No.
When I was working on the 8-bit Spanish Flea thing, I was actually doing some research for a song for Proda.
Okay,
which is
yeah. You've got a bunch of little projects.
Yeah,
I'm vaguely familiar with some of them.
Right. Legacy of the Copper Skies is one game I'm doing the music for. Proda's the other one. Proda's coming together. That's going to be an album. That's going to be like an hour-long album that I release of all original 8-bit chiptune music, which is going to be weird. I don't think it's going to be like as like people are going to freak out about it, but it's going to to have. I think.
You can be the next time on a Gucci.
Yeah, right.
You wish.
Yeah. Get wrecked.
Douche. Fucking nerd.
Eat shit, Scrubblord.
There you go. You're learning, John.
Oh my god, I'm not a douchey.
Wow, I'm sure you're the 1,000th person. Other than that, I'm trying to get my head out of my own ass and make some video game covers someday. Eventually. These guys are fucking sitting like,
Jules,
you're fucking
do it.
Video game. Yeah, I want to, man, but there's like, honestly, it's kind of like this move kind of hit me financially pretty hard, a little harder than these two, just because I had to. I had to ship everything, and so I'm kind of trying to like. I don't know. I'm trying to like prioritize my projects. So like right now, unfortunately, video game covers are not all the way up there.
Everyone go on Twitter and tell Jules to start a Patreon.
Everyone go on Twitter and tell Jules he's a nice lady.
Okay.
Everyone go on Twitter and tell Jules that Rich is a nerd.
True. Thanks.
And while you're doing that, I hope that you will have enjoyed the second episode of BoyFlop. I'm Family Jules 7X.
And I'm Jonathan Young.
And I'm still Richard. God
damn it. BoyFlop!
Rich fucking sucks.
Yeah.